Hello everyone, my name's Ian. Welcome to my hobby YouTube channel, In Brief Book Reviews. I'd like to talk to you today about a book I read 11 months ago called Mr. American. The reason why I've decided to give this book a review as opposed to others that I've lined up to review is because I just remembered the other day that it was one of the longest books I ever read. Not because of the amount of pages that were in it. I think it was around about 550, 700 pages, something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong if you've read it. But it was very long. But the reason why it took me so long is because I was very busy at the time, and also the author, who is George MacDonald Fraser, uses a high vocabulary of words in it that I'd never come across before, which is good as well, because I kept having to put the book down, pick my phone up, use Google, what does this word mean, or my dictionary if I had it close to hand. And the book itself, was written in 1980 and it's set in 1912, so it's a historical novelty book. So it was a very good book. I would recommend it very much for those who are very solid readers. Without spoiling it for too many people, the book is so intricate in various parts that I couldn't really spoil it, but I don't want to spoil it from what the main bits are. So, but I'll just say that the plot is that there's an American, he's an ex-gold miner, he goes over to the old country, what would be seen as say Ireland, Italy, England. He goes over to England, Norfolk in England, and he's looking for his estate. In between looking for his family's estate, which was like over 100 years old or 90 years old or something, he goes, meets all these different women on his journey, that he mingles with, he ends up getting married to one of them. He gets involved in estate businesses, like arguments and stuff with our local estate agents, people of well-to-do, and he goes into he gets well known around the area that he stays in. They understand who he is, where he's come from. He gets more friends, makes more friends than he does enemies. He makes a fool out of one or two people. There's a lot of twists and turns in the book. One of his friends from America decides to follow him over, and without spoiling it too much, he has a lot to deal with. He has a lot on his plate to deal with in his journey, in his time that he's been over there. A lot of dealings to try and get this perfect life that he wanted. In the end, he, as well as him being unfaithful to his wife at a certain time, his wife was also unfaithful to him. And I won't spoil the rest of it. I'll just let people go and read it if they would like to read it. There was meant to be a mini series done in 1983, I'm understood, but that never came to fruition. If there was ever a book that I thought, there's a lot of books out there, you think, nah, don't do a series on it, or don't do a movie on it, this is too good for a movie to kind of, and then there is some that you say, oh, they should be a movie. This should be a mini series, or even a movie would make a great movie also. So Mr. American is the name of the book, and it's written by George MacDonald Fraser. George became, or was at the time of writing, a fellow of the Royal Society of Literature. He also was an OBE, a member or an order of the British Empire. And he, his range of writing is fantastic. It really is. You would think that maybe some books go into too much depth and they use too many words, and it doesn't need to use that word. There's nothing wrong with it in my eyes. You're learning it if you're picking up the words and and using them as well, or trying to learn these words and that. It's great to have a mixed vocabulary for when you go and read another book. You can have you have an understanding of what that word means because you would have read it. So all in all, I would say this is a fantastic book. It's if you're a strong reader, I definitely highly recommend it for you, and even if you're not a strong reader, I'd still recommend it for you. So that's my review for today. It's I'll be doing more over the course of the next couple of weeks, and I've got a lot of books that I'd like to give reviews to that I've read over the course of time, and I've got a lot of reading to do as well. Get back into doing a lot of reading as well. So I wish you a very safe and prosperous day and week in these times, and I hope you have a wonderful day today. Take care. All the best.